CSR Foundation for organizing this seminar, which is so very timely. In the budget, the new government announced construction of 200 smart cities. That has not only excited our nation as such, but has also excited the countries outside as well. We have one feeling that more and more urbanization could be taking place as the countries starts growing in terms of economics. But somehow, a major push which was required from the government side was lacking. So in that direction, a very bold initiative has been taken by the new government, and for which I would like to pay a very rich tribute to our Honorable Prime Minister, who has envisioned such a development so far the urban sector is concerned. Friends, before I come to the subject which we are going to discuss in this session, I would like to make a few general points. Of course, all of you are aware, but still I would like to share what I have felt in almost 4 decades of my being in the civil service. See, since independence, if you look at, we have hardly created new cities. Only few names come to our mind: Chandigarh, totally new, of course. Gandhinagar and Dispur, they have come up, but they are basically, you can say, an appendix of the existing cities. Except these three, I do not find any major name that can be mentioned in today's seminar. What we have been seeing is that very creeping kind of expansion has been taking place in all the cities, which is creating all kinds of problems. After that, growth is taking place. In every city, you will find that some unscrupulous people, they go and buy private lands from the farmers, etc., develop some revenue sites, and sell those sites. After that, they put pressure for regularization, and ultimately, a very haphazard kind of layout gets added to the existing city, which creates all kinds of problems. Another problem that we have been seeing happening in all cities is that very, very fertile land is getting consumed for urban development, which is going to pose problem for our agricultural production in future. One example I would like to give very close to Delhi. There was a plan of government of UP to develop an airport at Jewar. I had gone and seen that site myself when I was in the Ministry of Civil Aviation. I really felt surprised as to how such a proposal can ever be put by any state government. The land is so fertile, the Jamuna River meanders around that place. Land can give you 3 crops in a year, and that kind of land was proposed for airport project. I am very happy that the new government of UP decided to drop that project. So this kind of criminal waste of fertile land for the name of urbanization, urban development, etc., has to be eschewed. I have also seen the other extreme examples where barren land, infertile land, where nothing grows, have been developed into a fantastic urban conglomerate. Some examples, many of you might have already listed, but still I would like to mention. Las Vegas is one, where you find that because of all these developments which have taken place, the land prices are as high as you find in the city of New York. We have city of Sun City in South Africa. I have been to that city myself. I have seen absolutely barren, patch. 2, barren hillocks are there. But then they have constructed a city. They have created all infrastructure, and so much so that they decided to have this World Beauty pageant in that city. I have also seen another example where the existing cities, which were just like any of our old cities, they are being redeveloped, but with a lot of discipline. I can mention here the city of Hiroshima, where they brought out a land readjustment scheme whereby they constructed transit accommodations and asked people to move into those places, raise the old structures to ground, made new layouts, and then allotted sites to the original house owners in a particular formulation, and beautiful city has come up there. Beijing has also followed almost the same kind of thing. And the latest one which I would like to mention is the city of Istanbul. I have been to Istanbul last year, where I was told that the government of Turkey is now wanting to redevelop the entire old city of Istanbul, and to begin with, they are starting with the portion which comes in the Asian continent. Now, I do understand that this land adjustment scheme, which has been so well successfully implemented elsewhere, in our country it may not be so easy to implement. But if we have that kind of thing in mind, if articulation starts taking place, then perhaps all the stakeholders will start understanding the importance of land readjustment, and perhaps we can also do what others have already done successfully. Now friends, I will come to the issue which we are going to discuss in this seminar, that is basically relating to the transportation. Why the new cities are not coming up, or why even the satellite cities which have been tried in the past could not become so successful. The reason is very simple. The problem of transportation. Now unless you provide transportation both internal as well as external, people are not going to move to those new cities. And in this direction, if effort is made, if resources are deployed, luckily now resources are available and we can certainly plan. I am sure if transportation is made assured, people would like to go there because they can get the houses very cheap. The time of commutation from those new cities to the bigger cities will not be much. And the technology today offers all kinds of solutions relating to the transportation issues. And I'm sure we will discuss, of course, in details about the transportation issues. We can also plan for bus rapid transit system. We can plan for metros of future. We can plan for airport at a very cheap cost, which today in the existing cities are practically very expensive. Power and other communication systems can also be provided. So I would end here, and I would now request my co-panelists to speak on the subjects, and thereafter we can have question and answer sessions, and ultimately we should come out with some conclusion, sort of positive conclusion as to how we can move forward on this subject. Thank you very much.